Welcome back to the Talk to Me Nice podcast. Let's talk nice, but you already know we're going to keep it real. I'm your host, Queenie Renee, and today we're diving into a little bit of everything laughs, some hard truths, and those conversations that feel like late night kickbacks with your homies. This podcast is about balance, okay? We're going to joke, we're going to reflect, and maybe even get a little messy, but it's all in love and it's all real. So grab your drink, get comfy, and let's get into it. Okay, so listen. Some of y'all are out here living like background characters in your own movie. And baby, no, you are the movie, okay? You're the script, you're the soundtrack, the director, and the star. And don't nobody else get to decide how your story unfolds but you. So today we're talking about what it looks like to step into that main character energy, okay? No more dimming your light. We're not doing that. We're not being everybody else's cheerleader, but never our own. And we're not sitting in the back row when we know damn well we belong center stage. This episode is all about claiming that energy and living like you deserve it, because you do. So go ahead and grab your coffee, your wine, or your hookah, whatever your vibe is, okay? Let's get into this. First, let's check in real quick. How y'all feeling today? And be honest. Have you been walking around in your main character bag, or are you feeling more like a sidekick? Don't lie either. I know sometimes life will humble us real quick, okay? It comes with bills, work stress, family drama, relationships that drain you. And before you know it, you look around and you running errands in your own story. I've been there too. I've been overwhelmed and overstimulated, trying to keep everybody else happy while I'm sitting there feeling like an extra. But you know what? Even the main character has bad days. Even the lead role goes through its struggles. And the difference is they don't stay stuck there. They rise and grow. Still shine. And that's the mindset shift we're stepping into today. All right, let's define this for those in the back. Main character energy is not just aesthetics. It's not just TikToks of somebody sipping a Mai Tai, journaling in a cafe, or doing a little cute show to the music. That's cute, but that's surface level. The real definition is owning your story, living with intention, it's confidence. But it's also accountability and saying, this is my life, and I'm not shrinking to make anybody else comfortable. Main character energy is I walk in my truth, I love myself loudly, and I set boundaries, and I choose joy, even when life ain't perfect. That's what makes us magic and magnetic. That's what makes us stop and notice you. So come on, let's talk about it. Now let's flip it. How do you know when you're not living as the main character? You're people pleasing to the point where you don't even recognize yourself? Or is it that you're saying yes to things you hate just because you want to keep the peace? You're always the friend giving advice, being the therapist, pouring into everybody else, but nobody pours back into you, right? You're sitting, settling in jobs, relationships, and friendships just because it's familiar, not because it's fulfilling. That's background character behavior, okay? That's living in the shadows of your own life. And listen, I caught myself doing it too, smiling through things that actually hurt me and playing small to avoid conflict. I had to literally check myself like, girl, whose life are we living? Yours or theirs? Real quick, we're going to give a hypothetical. We ain't going to say who or when, but we're going to say there was a situation where somebody completely dimmed their light just to make somebody else feel comfortable, right? They had something to be proud of, an accomplishment. And instead of celebrating it out loud, they downplayed it because they didn't want them to feel insecure. And you know what? That person didn't even notice. That was the wake up call. That right there is when you realize if you're going to be unnoticed anyway, you might as well shine bright and celebrate yourself. Because people who are for you, they'll never be intimidated by your light. They clap for you, they gas you up, they want to see you shine even brighter. Okay? Remember that. And the confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room or having it all together at all. It's about walking in and owning who you are, flaws, scars, quirks, and all. For me, my confidence shows up in little ways, like the outfit that makes me feel like a bad bitch or the playlist I put on when I need to hype myself up. even just standing tall when I walk into a room. Confidence is built in those daily choices where you pick yourself, where you say, "This is me, take it or leave it." And people who try to make you feel like you're too much, they're just mad you stop being too little. Main character energy means you got boundaries, period. Like, you can't be the lead in your own life if everybody else is writing your script. Saying no isn't mean, it's necessary, okay? Saying that doesn't work for me is powerful. And saying I'm not available for that is that grown woman energy. And that grown man energy too. Because, fellas, I hope you're listening. But let's be real. Once I started saying no to people, they were shocked. Some even got mad. But later on, they respected me more because people will always test you, but they learned how to treat you based on what you allow. Okay. Another part of main character energy is choosing joy. And I know, listen, life is heavy enough. If you don't create your joy yourself, nobody's going to hand it to you. It's scheduling fun, it's taking yourself out to brunch or buying yourself some flowers just because. It's laughing at dumb TikToks when you've had a long day. It's creating rituals like your morning routine and coffee or face wash set routine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That gives you peace. Just be in the moment. Joy doesn't happen, you build it and you deserve it. So let's talk about style real quick. People love to act like clothes and hair or nails are shallow. But baby, that's character development. When you feel put together, even just a little bit of makeup, you show up different. You talk different and you stand different. You don't have to spend a crazy amount of money. It could be a fresh hairstyle or your favorite lip gloss. Shit. A shirt that fits just right. Or even your go to pair of sneakers. The point I'm making is that when you look like a star, you feel like a star, and that's the energy that people notice. And we all got to give Coach Prime his props when he said, if you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good, okay? Remember that. Shout out to Uncle Prime. Now, moving on, I want to get into the villain versus the main character because the internet loves to talk about going into your villain era. And while it sounds cute and funny, here's the problem. A lot of y'all confuse having boundaries with being mean. Main character energy is not about revenge, okay? It's not spite. It's not about being unkind and calling it growth. The difference, the villain arc is a mask. It's rooted in insecurity and pain. Main character arcs is authenticity. It's rooted in love for yourself and still for others too. You can live boldly without stepping on anybody else, and that's real power. So listen, let me tell y'all, I remember a time somebody straight up called me mean. And why? Because I stopped letting them run over me, right? The old me would have been bent over backwards, would have folded up, would have said, okay, that's fine. But this version of me, the main character of me, I said, nah, I'm not doing that. And I meant that. I even got a shirt by my homegirl, shout out to Shy, that says, the old me cared, the new me don't give a fuck. And I mean that. And of course, the first reaction was, "You've changed. You're so cold." But reality, I was just finally choosing myself. And you know what happened? The people who actually cared, they adjusted. They respect me more. And the ones who didn't, they fell off. And that's fine. Every movie cast has people that don't make the sequel. Okay? All right, y'all. It's time for our favorite game, Soft or Snap. I'm gonna throw out some situations and we'll decide if the main character is the move or we keeping it soft just a little bit. Okay. So first your friend cancels last minute on your plans for the third time. Do you stay soft and understanding or do you snap and tell them about themselves? Um, so I would have to say I would stay soft and I would snap in a soft way. And I say that because at the third time, baby, now what's going on? Like, why you playing? You need to figure it out, right? Or don't ask me. And then I would probably decide that I'm just not gonna make plans with that person no more until they contact me and do all the legwork, you know? Okay. The second one here is your boss adds more work to your plate with no raise and no recognition. Soft to snap. Now I know I think we all want to snap, right? But for those of us that realize we got bills, we keep it soft, we keep it cute, and we get that email specialist, them per my last emails or please review such and such. Yeah, you have to do it professionally. Okay. Next one is somebody copies your idea word for word, but doesn't give you credit. Soft to snapped. Definitely a soft snap. How about that? Because I'm gonna get my bag and you gonna have to figure something else out. If we gotta go to court or whatever the case may be, it's just gonna be it is what it is, okay? And the last one we got here is blah, 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 blah. I cannot talk. Oh my goodness. A situationship treats you like an option when you've been giving them main character energy. Soft to snap. I think again another soft snap because I ain't never given nobody the satisfaction of seeing me crash out anymore. Like it's not worth it. Like I got better shit to do with my time. For real. Now, I'm probably gonna give grace the first time around, but after that, main character energy means I don't play with my peace, my time, or my worth. I want y'all to sit with this though. When's the last time you chose yourself without being guilty, feeling guilty? When's the last time you showed up as a lead and not the sidekick? If it's been a while, it's okay. But ask yourself, what's one thing you can do this week? Just one thing that reminds you you're the star, right? What is that one thing? It could be small, saying no to something you don't want to do, or doing your makeup even if you don't feel like leaving the house, or you don't end up leaving the house, you still did it. Putting your phone on do not disturb just because you need peace. That's a big one. These little choices build the habit of main character energy, okay? And before we wrap up, let's affirm ourselves real quick because I'm good for a good affirmation. So repeat after me. And yes, out loud. Don't play with me, y'all. I know you're listening, so participate. Appreciate you. Love you. Okay. I deserve to be seen and heard. My story matters. I don't shrink, I expand. I am the star, not the extra. I walk in my light and I won't apologize for it. Okay? Say those to yourself daily if you need to. Write them down. Put them on your mirror. Remind yourself who you are. You know what's funny? I can literally remember the first time I realized that I had that main character energy. I didn't call it that back then, but that moment stuck. I walked in, my outfit was fire. I had just accomplished something big. It was a random night though, and everybody's eyes was on me. Like the room shifted. And instead of soaking into it, I remember somebody low key trying to humble me as one would do. Like, oh, you're doing too much. And back then I kind of shrunk myself a little bit too. But now, oh no, baby. That wasn't me doing too much. That was me aligning it with who I am. That was my light showing up before I even knew I had it. And now I walk into every room with that same energy, unapologetically. Unapologetically. I can never say that, y'all. Okay. So people don't dim your light because you're doing something wrong, right? They do it because they see you shining and it reminds them of their own insecurities. It's jealousy, it's projection, it's them not knowing how to clap for somebody else without comparing themselves. And I had to learn that that's not my burden to carry. That's not for me to fix, period. So if somebody's constantly trying to downplay your wins or make you feel like you're too loud, too extra, or too confident, just know that's them talking to themselves, not you. Don't shrink. Don't apologize. Just shine louder, shine brighter. You feel me? You want to play another round of soft to snap? Because I do. And listen, not every situation deserves a snap. Remember that. But sometimes it does, period. Okay. Here we go. So you come up with a bomb idea at work and your coworker says it's in the meeting like it's yours, like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Do you stay soft or you let it ride? Or do you snap and say, actually, that was my idea? I think I'm snapping because what? What you thought this was? Baby, stop playing. How about this one? Your friend always makes shady little jokes when they're glowing. I mean, when you're glowing. Like when you get a new outfit and it's fitting just right or your makeup's popping. You know what I'm saying? Do you smile soft and keep it cute? Or do you snap back? Like, don't project your insecurities on me. Now, see, me and my friends, we handled each other a little rough. So I'll probably snap back, but we'll get over it later, I'm sure. Now, this scenario is a family member tells you you're doing too much just for existing confidently. Soft is you let it roll off your back, salt over your shoulder, whatever they say. A grain of salt, that's what it is. Or you snap and you set that boundary real quick. Now, I can't say on this one because I'm close with my family. Like I said before, we bounce back and we already handle each other a little rough. So I guess it just depends on, you know what I'm saying, like what y'all got going on, what the relationship is like. Me personally, I mix it up. Some days I'm soft and some days I'm snapping. Depends on my spirit. But the point is, don't let nobody gaslight you out of your own shine, okay? Now let's talk about energy vampires, though. The ones who literally suck the joy out of you if you let them. Red flag number one, okay? The only clap is from them is when it benefits them. Like if it doesn't involve them, they quiet. Yeah, they quiet. Red flag number two. They downplay your wins. You say you got a new job or something, and they like, oh, well, pay isn't that great though, right? Like, so I still got bills and I need some money, shit. Or red flag number three, they turn everything into competition. You can't even say you went to the gym without them jumping in, like, well, I worked out for 2 hours yesterday. Girl, go ahead, because for real, I think the biggest red flag is number four. You leave every interaction with them drained. You know what I mean? Like your spirit just got heavy. And that's your sign to protect your light. But hold on, because y'all know we got to pause real quick for another affirmation moment. Because I don't play about them affirmations. Because sometimes you got to speak to yourself to block out the noise, okay? So say it with me. I am not too much. Say it again. My light cannot be dimmed. And one more time for the people in the back. I was created to shine, and I'm not apologizing for it. Yeah, because sometimes you just got to remind yourself who you are, even if nobody else does. If you want to see main character energy in action, just look at Beyonce at Coachella. Like that woman had the whole HBCU band marching behind her, and she still outshined every single person on that stage. Or look at Zendaya. Sis would show up at the Met Gala or even just a movie premiere, and the whole internet stops. And we all know our good sis Riri don't even got to be releasing her music anymore. She just walks outside pregnant and glowing, and the world loses their mind. If they can own their space like that on a global level, baby, you can't own yours in everybody else's life. Why? The stage might be your office, your classroom, or your local bar, or just your mirror at home. But it's still your stage, and you're still the star. Period. Now, let me say this loud and clear. Real friends want you to win, and that's period. If my light makes you uncomfortable, if my success feels like a threat to you, then you're not my friend, right? You're my competition. And I don't compete with people I have or the people I love. The right friendships feel like mutual applause. We clap for each other's win. We clap when our family wins. Nobody feels smaller because of a win. Like that's not what we do. The energy we're keeping in 2025 is mutual. You ever have those little moments where you just know, like deep down, yep, I'm the main character today, baby. For me, it's when the playlist in the car randomly matches my mood perfectly. Like, or when I throw on an outfit that every stranger I pass is like, yes, I see you, or you look cute. You know what I mean? When you finish a long day of work and you pour yourself a glass of wine and just wrap up anything. You know what I mean? Watching your season finale of your favorite show. Those are the moments. And I want y'all to DM me or comment me, comment to me your main character moments because I know I'm not the only one. Okay? Here's the part that's hard but unnecessary. It's protecting yourself. That means boundaries. That means saying no without over explaining. That means celebrating yourself when nobody else does. It also means accepting that everybody don't like you, and that's fine. You're not for everybody. Your light might be too bright for some people, but guess what? That's not a reason to dim it. That's a reason to shine even brighter. Because remember, the sun don't apologize for shining, and neither should you. Period. Okay, y'all. That's a wrap on today's episode, Main Character Energy. Remember this. You don't need permission to shine. You okay? You don't need validation to lead. You don't need to ask anybody to hand you the spotlight. It's literally already yours. So thank y'all for kicking it with me today. You know what I mean? If this episode reminded you of your worth, share it with a friend. Post it for me, tag me. Let me spread that main character vibe to your people. And as always, let's talk nice, but keep it real. And I'll see y'all next time.